Video we're going to be talking about the water table. First, let's demonstrate how this looks, and then we'll talk about the water table through that. So first, we'll take a couple rocks. Let's put them here. We want the pebbles to fill out the first layer. There, that's pretty good for the first layer. Now we're going to be moving on to the second layer, soil. You might want to shake it to make it even surface like the earth. There, that's good enough. Next, we're going to be adding sand. And if you're wondering, this is how the sand looks like. I'm just going to pour it in. Okay, now we're just going to even it out. Now, we're going to be putting pebbles again, and we're just going to repeat the cycle. Okay, so we're going to put these last couple pebbles over here. Good. Now that we put the pebbles, we're going to putting some soil. Okay, now that we have soil, we're just going to even it out. Okay, even out like this. And don't worry, the rocks, even though they don't show, they're still here. Then we're going to put our sand. Gotta chuck some over here. Okay, we're gonna even it out again. And I think this should be good enough. And I'm gonna put a little bit more soil. This soil looks like the earth's surface. Okay, we're just gonna chuck some last couple rocks because they make it look like the hard surface of the earth. So now I'll just move all of these out of the way. Now that we cleaned it up, let's begin with adding water. So now we have our earth. Let's say it rains. So the soil allows the rainwater to pass through, making it groundwater. We're gonna take this water, we're just gonna add it. Okay, we're gonna see what happens. See, that water is moving through over here. Okay, now that it's settled, we're gonna add more. Let's check it out. As you can see, it's already coming to the bottom. You can see clumps of water stored in the bottom of the ground. Okay, it's settled again. This time we're gonna pour it in the middle. Let's see what happens. So as you can see, there's a small bubble right here, which indicates that water went till this far. It's at the pebble point, however, it cannot seep anymore through. This would probably be the unsaturated zone, which allowed the water to come all the way to the pebble points. So the water table will be somewhere over here. Now let's label where it is. The unsaturated zone would probably be right here. The top layer, because it allows the water to penetrate all the way here. The aquifer, or the saturated part, is actually where the pebbles are. Next, we have the water table, which is in the middle. Then we have the impermeable rock, which will be at the bottom. Usually it would be bedrock because the water cannot penetrate anymore through, but in this case it would just be at the bottom of the jar. So the groundwater zones are the unsaturated zone, the water table, aquifer, the saturated zone, and impermeable rock. I'm just gonna add a bit more water. There, I added a lot. Now it's sinking through. Basically, you could see the bottom, it's right there. Water's collected over here. Slowly the water is sinking through. Right now it's collected a bit over here, but slowly it's pushing pressure over here, and there's small water bubbles already forming. See, this is the water, it's penetrating to the soil. To conclude the video, this would be the unsaturated zone, this would be the water table, the saturated zone, and then the impermeable rock. Here's how it would look like. So the unsaturated zone, the layer that allows the water to sink through, the water table, the boundary between the saturated and unsaturated, the saturated zone, the one that's filled with water, it's also called the aquifer, and lastly, the impermeable rock, the rock that holds the groundwater in place and doesn't allow it to seep even more. The water table rises and falls. The reason why is because, for example, let's say it's spring. In spring, there's lots of rainfall, allowing the water table to rise. However, in summer or in drought season, it falls down, therefore making the water table fall too. Groundwater does not always stay below the surface of the earth. Sometimes groundwater might connect to a stream, which allows the water to pass through, and also sometimes things like hot springs allow the water to shoot up in the air, and geysers too. Also, human interaction also allows water to become surface water. For example, take man-made wells. They take the groundwater and bring it up to the surface. Sometimes for digging purposes, they might have to elevate the land, also allowing water to show up and create lakes. Transpiration is also another thing. Sometimes the roots of the plant will get the water from underground, and that water from underground goes to the plant, and if any case the plant sweats, that water evaporates, going up in the air and turning it and being a part of the water cycle. The difference between groundwater and lake or river water is that groundwater is much more cleaner because it has went through the purification with the soil. However, lakes and streams or rivers, they touch the ground and the unhealthy parts of the environment, like plastic or anything like that. So they're not pure water and safe to drink. That water needs to be water purified. This is all about water table and groundwater zones.